I'm at shop.org talking with Diane and Jolie from RichRelevance. How are you today?
We are great, thank you.
Yes, very well.
Thank you very much for taking the time. Please excuse the background noise. We are at the live conference. So, Diane, can you tell me about RichRelevance? What is it? What is the product, the main product?
Sure. So we are a personalization software company, and we work with about 240 retailers globally, utilizing their customer data as well as additional in-store data, POS data, to personalize the omni-channel customer experience, so across devices and even to the store.
Okay, so you work as an add-on to a commerce platform, for example?
Correct. We're complementary. We work with all the major e-commerce platforms, and we work through those platforms to help personalize product recommendations, content, incentives and offers, promotions, and now with the launch of our new Find product, personalized search.
Okay, so can you tell me more about this the search product?
Search is a product that we're actually soft launching today. It is one of the first personalized search offerings in the market, and it really brings together the customer experience, considering their behavioral previous behaviors, their affinities, to deliver the most relevant and important results to them as they're navigating across their shopping journey.
How does it actually integrate with the customer's website?
Through API and JavaScript, so it's all SaaS.
Okay, and then how does it actually track the customer to give them the recommendations?
So we have a user profile service which powers all of our solutions, and we use both cookies and then instrumentation directly onto the retailer site through strings of code that are able to track clicks and purchases, views, add to carts, bounces, everything that the customer does on any of their digital platforms, and it creates a profile for each individual user.
So is this an on-premises solution, or is it in the cloud?
It's up to our retailers, but it's in the cloud, but it can be, depending on what the retailer's needs are.
So it can also be on-prem?
If it needs to be, yes.
Okay. So RichRelevance has a lot of different services. What do you think is the biggest pain for retailers today?
From what we hear from our customers, it's connecting all of these experiences together, moving from the website to the mobile, to the in-store, through the call center. And so what our real goal is to help them through personalization to connect those experiences into a seamless customer journey.
Right, so that's, when I think about our customers, retailers, I think their lives are not very easy these days. And on the one side, all the vendors, you come to this conference and there are hundreds of people providing things. How does a vendor choose who to work with? I mean, how do retailers decide what do they choose RichRelevance for?
Yeah, it is a complex situation, and I don't envy any our customers or any retailer, for that matter, in trying to create an overwhelming decision, if you will, of who they should be working with. The landscape is very cluttered, and a lot of the retail vendors that are serving this market say a lot of the same things, so it can be overwhelming. I think it comes down to prioritization of what it is that they want to circle their customers with, what kind of experiences, and can they innovate with a software provider like RichRelevance to really customize that user journey. We've worked with companies like Barney's that have completely innovated on our platform, developing very custom type of experiences that run from the store back to the website and back to the store. So it really is giving them a platform where they can innovate. Because if you think about it, most retailers really can only take on maybe 4 to 5 key innovation projects a year, given the bandwidth of their tech teams. So our goal is to help them be able to circumvent those shortfalls and those pitfalls, if you will, in their technology needs to be able to get some quick wins in their go-to-market.
Right. And of course, there's plenty of bright and shiny objects
Yes.
around here. So that's another part of the job, is really which one of these. So that really goes back to really understanding your customer and seeing where the customer is going to be in 6 months. So, retailers really need to learn that as well. Really be good at that.
Really anticipating what their customers' needs are, really listening to them, really paying attention to the feedback they're getting through forums, through social media, because they're very vocal, especially the more millennial type audience has a lot to say, and that's great feedback that they can take, and using our platform in real time, be able to change those customer experiences and the dynamics they have from the website to the store.
What is the typical implementation cycle for customers signing up with RichRelevance?
Typically, it's about a 6 to 8 week process. It's a matter of working with their tech team and their e-commerce team and marketing teams and merchandising teams to agree on layout of where our technology will appear in terms of visual on the website, and then we go into an optimization and listening mode where we are really gathering data from the site, and then we do a full go live. So it takes about 6 to 8 weeks.
And is that for all the suite of products, or for example, one of the products?
That's just like, if you start with product recommendations, that would be the typical course.
Okay.
But it's pretty standard across the board. Once you have the product recommendations implemented, it's very easy to add on additional aspects of the suite. So search optimization, content personalization, and so on.
And what do you do to help your customers be successful after they've launched?
It's a great question. We spend a lot of time through our client services team on doing optimization and best practices. We do quarterly sit-downs with our customers to review their personalization journey and how they're performing against the rest of the market and areas where they can improve, and give them a roadmap for success.
What kind of staff requirements are needed on the customer side to actually effectively use the data and the information you're providing to them?
So typically we need a merchandiser, a marketer who can both look at the fine-tuning of rules in the dashboard for boosting and binding, and I smell the espresso machine behind us, it's lovely. As well as we need IT obviously on board to help with integration. So that can be a couple members of the IT team, but it's fairly a lightweight implementation. It really becomes how much the retailer wants to learn from what's happening in real time through the dashboard and what we're able to report upon.
Right, so my experience is that traditionally a lot of, at least larger retailers, larger projects, a new initiative really was heavily weighted on the actual implementation, taking the majority of resources, and the actual usage was lower on the attention area. What I see changing now is implementations are becoming a lot simpler with the APIs, and the real work is going to be after you're done with the implementation.
It really is. It's about optimizing and learning from the data that's coming back in real time. But mind you, in terms of the ability to use the dashboard and the reporting tools as a means to be able to learn and be able to not only tweak, but because it does run on its own and it will optimize on its own, but to take those learnings. We have a customer, a major retail store with nationwide locations, that they're using that to better inform their merchandising teams in store. So it can power not just what's happening through machine learning, but also ensembles that can be taken to the physical retail store environment as well.
Are there any customers up on running the search product right now? Can you give me any examples?
We're currently in beta with those customers, and unfortunately we can't disclose what to, but once we're finished with the beta cycles, we will be able to.
When do you expect this to go public?
Beginning of next year.
Okay. And as far as the cost is concerned, it goes basically same plan. Is it like as a service type deal?
Yep, it's still a SaaS, and it matches the rest of our pricing models. So it's based on usage and size of the retailer.
Is there going to also be a sort of like a trial version of it for smaller retailers that want to try it out?
We're looking at full implementations when we go live with GA next year. So the beta program is our opportunity to really learn from the prospect of how this works within the context of our existing customers' environments.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to learn more about this, what's the website that they can go to?
It's www.richrelevance.com/find. Find.
Okay, great. And I'll get more links from you, and I'll put them on the show notes as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you, Darius. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.